Hey, so the market is definitely moving. You want to see what's happened in the last 7 days? Stay tuned because we're about to go over it. This is Sean Price with the Price and Price Group here at eXp Realty, and I'm out in the field right now. So I just want to kind of give you an update on what the pulse of the market feels like, and then we'll switch over and I'll go through the actual graphs. The graphs are going to be very interesting. There's kind of a dichotomy that's happening, and so I'll go through and explain that in detail. So what we're seeing in the market, it's calming down a little bit with regards to the chaos of trying to squeeze in for set showings and things like that. But the buyers they're still out there. The buyers are still competing. It's very rare to find a property that does not have multiple offers. It's happening. We actually put three under contract this week, but we actually also had two other ones that battled multiple offers as high as 15 offers. So everything is still going at or above sales price. I can't say everything, but for the most part, if the property is priced right and it is in good condition, it's going at or above sales price. We've had a lot of luck with appraisals because the prices have been a little bit more reasonable than we've had. All of our appraisals have come in at or above sales price for this last week. So we've had a lot of luck with that. So all in all, it's feeling like a more calm market, a more reasonable market, as long as you consider reasonable paying at or a little bit above asking price. If you're looking for a deal, it's still really hard to find those right now. That may be coming if inventory continues to increase, but right now it's not. It's still hard to get properties at a discount unless they've been on the market for 15 to 30 days. So anyway, that's the pulse of the market. All in all, we have a lot of happy buyers. If you're a buyer, you really need to think about getting out there because there are two things you have to look at. You have to look at what inventory is doing, and you have to also look at interest rates, because interest rates right now, it's kind of a sweet spot. They've kind of stopped on increasing, but they could start increasing again very shortly. And then if they keep on going up, then even if prices kind of flatten out, you're still paying more for the same property. We don't expect prices to drop for well-priced and nice condition properties. So that's from the seller's perspective. This is something that sellers need to realize. You can't just throw anything up on the market right now and expect to get multiple offers on it. If a property is not in good condition, you have to price it appropriately. If it's got a location issue, for example, I just did a tour of a property that has both a condition issue and a location issue because it backs up to a sound barrier for one of the major interstates. So those factors have to be considered, and this is a good agent. He did consider that in the pricing of this home. So it was accounted for. But sellers, you do have to be realistic with regards to the things that you can change. You can change price, you can change condition, you can't change location. So if you put the property on the market and you're getting feedback that the condition is not in the proper is not accurate for the price point, then you need to either adjust your price point or take the property off the market and do some work on it and get it up to standard. But if you put a property on the market and it's in good condition and it's priced right, you will get multiple offers and it will go above ask. We just had a property that one of my buyers was competing in. Beautiful home, perfectly priced, went for $200,000 over ask with 15 offers. So it is still happening. So it's a great time to sell your property. It's a great time to buy because you can get in there and for most properties and get it for at or close to ask. And yeah, it's just a great time in the market. So let me know if you have any questions either from the buy side or the sell side. Let's get over to the graph so I can kind of show you what's going on and show you the dichotomy that I'm talking about as far as what's happening statistically in the market. All right, here we go. Okay, so here we are. This is really, really interesting. So we have the orange line here is our buyer activity. You can see that it's up 6% in the last 7 days. This little lift here. Our inventory is up 16% over the last 7 days. So you can see that when inventory went up just a little bit here, buyer activity went up just a little bit the next 7 days because there was more inventory to buy. You can see when inventory dropped, buyer activity dropped. When inventory jumps, buyer activity jumped. Actually, there was a little bit of a lag there, but um, so inventory jumping 16% here and buyer activity going 6% here. It'll be really interesting to see if next week if we have an uptick on buyer activity. Two things can affect that. Number one, the increase in inventory. That means there's more to buy. But number two, with the upcoming holiday will buyers be in town? Because we usually see a little bit of a lag on holiday weekend. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. The general trend is still in an upward direction for increased buyer activity. But if you look in the last 3 weeks, it's been in the downward direction. So it's we'll see what happens. This is getting to the point where we really, want to watch what's happening here. If you take this and you look over at the buyer market versus seller's market, you can see that the interest rates have definitely moved us closer to a normal market with regards to competition. And that's happened, number one, because of the interest rates, but also because of the increase in inventory, because you can see inventory has been increasing over the last couple of months. So that's brought us down to more of a neutral market. And we are seeing buyers that are, getting into properties with less competition. And we're seeing that sellers are having to be more aware and pay more attention to the condition and the price of the properties that they're putting on the market. Now, the ones that are priced right and being put on the market, like I was saying earlier, those are still getting multiple offers. We just dealt with one that had 15 offers on it and it went for $200,000 over asking price. But if it's not in great condition or if it's overpriced, then they're sitting a little bit longer and they're going closer to asking price. So it's definitely there does definitely feel like there's some shifting happening in the market. We are getting more towards a normal market. So it's going to be interesting to watch over the next few weeks. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and I will see you on next week's video.